So this morning I want to clean out the side shade garden bed. I am going to prune back the boba hydrangea, and then this variegated liriope, I'm going to cut it back to about 3 inches. The Emerald Towers elderberry, I think I'm going to remove that. I might pop that into the bottom garden bed. But I want to put in a concrete pot this year with an upright elephant ear, and then maybe plant some white caladiums around there. The lamb's ear I'm going to cut all the way back to ground level, and then just clean up the spent hosta and Heconocloa foliage. Okay, so this bed has been cleaned up, and I've composted. I've just got to throw some mulch over top, because when it rains, if I don't mulch, it splashes up on the vinyl and it looks terrible. But I've cut back the liriope, pruned the little bobo, and I can't wait to see all the fresh growth come out here. So I'm out of plant tone, but I'm going to just put some garden tone around these plants before I mulch. So last year I grew my peas in a row here up against a fence. And then this year I'm going to put them into a pot.
Monday morning blues. I open my eyes and I'm greeted by a cute little smile. The world is new with you by my side. Everything is beautiful. Tuesday afternoon, I'm calling you home just to hear your voice on the phone. I think of you and I'm not alone. You are everything under the sky so
So I placed 5 bamboo sticks into this container and I just tied them at the top with like jute twine. And then I just wrapped the twine around the bamboo so that the peas have something to climb on. And now I'm just going to pop them in. I did soak the seed overnight so they're nice and plump. Now this is more seed that I need in here, but I'm going to plant them quite closely together. Oh, that hole was too deep. This is more than I need growing on this trellis, but not all of them will germinate. And if they do, I can just harvest the little pea shoots and add them to a salad. But as they come up, I'll just train them up along this trellis. So I did cover them over with compost, and here you can see one poking out. And there's a couple more at the back there. So this is the 4th time that I've trained the wire vine, and it's finally covering the metal form that I jimmy rigged out of a tomato cage. It's looking good. So today I'm going to propagate this Callisia Repens pink panther. I'm going to go in halfway and then I'm just going to snip. There we go. So I'm just dipping some hormone rooting. You probably don't even need the hormone. My skewer is too long for my camera stand. There, so this is kind of what the little cells look like. And I'm just going to quickly pot all of them up. I think I'm going to do 3 of these trays. There are 12, so 12, 24, 36 little starts. And I'm just going to use them in the garden. I mean, it's free, they're beautiful. So there's the first one. I'm just going to water this in lightly, and then I am going to cover it with a humidity dome. And I'll leave this covered and not water it again for at least 2 weeks. By then it should have rooted in, and then I will remove the cover. we go. Cute. So today is the 18th of March and the little plug is super healthy and beautiful. They will color up and become more pink when they're outside. Let me pop one of these out so I can show you the roots. Now I've just watered these, so you probably won't be able to see the roots. No, it's difficult to see when it's wet, but cute little plugs. So now I can just pop these into my shade containers. I'm actually going to make a nice hanging basket with these. So here I'm cutting back my Sedum Tokyo Sun. They tend to get leggy indoors. So what I like to do is every 2 months is I just give them a haircut. I discard the root part and then I just pop them back into fresh soil, and that keeps them nice and compact and healthy. So it's been a couple of weeks and you can see how beautiful the sedum has filled in. It's nice and compact, very healthy. Every 2 months indoors I do reset them just to keep them healthy. But once they go outside they maintain their shape and then they do go a little bit more yellow. So pretty. Today I want to pot up my coffee cups Callisia. I saved these. I had these growing in my back concrete pots with the pink impatiens and the plectranthus. Now these still feel nice and firm. So I'm going to pot those as they are into a pot. And then I've also got some upright elephant ears. I'm going to put this one by itself, and then I've got a few others that I might keep. I might give these to friends though. I think I'm going to put some Osmocote in. And then this is, it's still nice and firm and it's got quite a lot of, should I break this up and make multiple or just, nah, I'm going to keep one big one. Put it in. I'm going to give this a very light watering. I don't want the bulb to start rotting out. And then I wonder if I should even water it because I cooked this soil in the microwave yesterday and it's quite damp, and I did lay the bulb on top of this damp soil and that might be enough to trigger the roots, because if they get too wet it's going to rot. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of water. Yeah, okay. I think that's good. I'm going to actually add a little bit more soil. I'm going to water that in lightly. So I potted these up about a month ago and they finally come out of dormancy. This is the coffee cups, so cute, and then the upright elephant ear. It's so windy. So I took a peek at my caladiums that I'm overwintering, and all of them are stable except the berries and burgundy. They're starting to shoot quite a bit, especially in this bag. Look at this. Looks like a tooth. Wow, look at this one. Looks incredible. So I think I'm going to pot up the berries and burgundy and keep them as a house plant until it's warm enough to put them out. It will only be around about June. All right, let me go find a pot. So I got this ceramic pot from Lowe's, and then I'm going to cover the drainage hole with this mesh pad just so it doesn't get clogged. I did mix up a well-draining potting mix. It's 50% Espoma organic potting soil and then 50% peat moss. And then I did add a couple of handfuls of perlite. I'm just going to water them in lightly. This is what they look like now. Beautiful leaves, except for that each bulb has thrown out a beautiful leaf and then an inflorescence. So what I'm going to do today is chop all of these off because I want to encourage a lot more foliage growth. I don't care for these little bloomy seed pod things. So I'm going to snip those off. All of them have done, except for this one hasn't. But like here, I've got 2 bulbs in here, and you can see the leaves have popped up beautifully, and then they've got the little inflorescences. Look how beautiful this leaf is. It's huge. So if you follow it down, you can see here huge inflorescence. So those have got to go. Okay, that's good. It's quite beautiful actually. So I've just placed the larger caladium in my sitting room in front of this window. And since I cut the inflorescences off, I'm starting to get some new leaves shooting out. There's another one there. And then the smaller ones I've got down in the basement grow room. So I've got these smaller pots on this top shelf. You can see there's a new leaf coming out there. And the other pot I have on this shelf, a lot of new growth coming out there.